Alright, so we're going to take a look at the new Melusine rain deck. Should be pretty interesting. Since the patch just came out, I'm guessing there'll be some bugs in some of the games, but hopefully we can look past that. And right now for the deck though, so we're going to be running Rage of the Sea still. It has a lot of synergies with the cards, so I think this is still the ability you want. The Crystal Skull, because there's a couple of cards I want to try out. I'm going to say this right now, I think this is not the final version. I don't think this is the optimal version of the deck. But I wanted to try out the new cards, so we're going to try them out in this deck and see how they do. Then from that, we'll figure out which cards are the best, and we'll optimize the deck. So we have Onermancy. I think you want to run Onermancy here. There's the discard package is really nice, but it takes up some provisions that you can swap out for more bronzes and fit stuff in. So we're on the Onermancy version here. The Gednyith, as always, for the Druids. The Druids themselves got buffed, so overall this should be a bit stronger. We're not running the buffed Druids in our deck, but it should be helpful. This is really good for a round where you don't want to commit your big units. You just play this instead. We have the Fuchsia, really strong card. We're going to replay ideally Melusine, possibly Covenant of Steel, and most likely Messenger of the Sea. Those are our big targets for this. The Melusine, we're only going to replay her once, probably. You can replay her 3 times if you have your Grimace to Purify. Also have to check on, I was told by someone in the comments that maybe the Doomed doesn't go on Melusine, like it does with Herald, because she's summoned instead of played. We'll check on that. Should be interesting. Covenant of Steel, just Defender. This could be swapped out if you want, but I didn't have enough big plays to replay with Right. Whereas we didn't get Melusine, what are you going to replay with Syndrif's Right? Obviously, you have your Ryuk on the Undying, the next option here. Really strong. I'm not sure how good he will actually be, because if you sequence your rains so they expire, you get the full damage, and he doesn't do too much. But it depends. We'll see how this plays out. Maybe you want to set up more and make him a key card. Maybe he's too expensive. I don't know. We'll find out. We give Scorpion Decoction for removal, Grimace. For Purify, the one provision here is really nice. This is also key if your Melusine does get doomed from Fuchsia, or maybe Syndrif is right. Directory of Vol. I prefer Directory of Vol over our good friend, the Jenga Fret, just because it's more consistent, and I accept that at the one provision since we're already not playing Devotion. Hemley Philenica for the healing, as always, is very strong. Very helpful and stuff with self-damage. Messenger of the Sea, so you notice we took out Dagger from the deck, because Messenger of the Sea is just Dagger. We also took out Offering to the Sea, the damage everything by 1 card. That one I kind of wanted to keep, but there weren't enough provisions, so we went with an answer in Directory Vol instead. And we have Messenger of the Sea here, so whenever Rain or Storm damages enemies, boosts self by the damage dealt. There's also no Bride. The reason we took out Bride, even though she's probably good, is that I want freedom to drop a Rage of the Sea charge every time I play a Messenger of the Sea to keep it alive. And hopefully get boosts going, so that's why we're doing that. We have Maxi for more consistency. 2 Freya's Blessings. Freya's Blessing I think is required now. Just you want to replay Messenger of the Sea, basically. There's an argument also to be made that you could run something like Megascope to make more of these, but I don't really want to do that. But we'll consider this. We're doing the Freya's Blessing to replay them. Hopefully we get enough. So even if they die, you can make them again. Melusine Cultist, I don't think will be in the final version of the deck, but he got buffed, so he's now got 4 power, 1 armor, so he doesn't die to bombs, which is one of the things that bothered me about him before. We'll see. If his order goes off, he's pretty good because he'll be worth 4 points and he'll have boosted something and you get 4 damage out of rain. So we'll see. I want to try him out. I think he might be better in a version with the Spellblood Cultist so his armor can block a damage. But I want to try him out in here. I think at most you probably run 1, but we're just testing him since he was buffed. Half-Brew Singer, still one of my favorite cards. Definitely in here. It got better, actually, with the addition of Little Half-Brew. Well, makes sense with the names, but we'll get there in a minute. Cutting Slash for the damage. The Bloodthirst is even easier to set up now because you're more free to use the Rage of the Sea charges, and you have more rain in the deck. And then the Little Half-Brew. Really good setup for Half-Brew Singer. It's not going to die, so it lets you get out rain really easily. So that's nice. And yeah, that's the deck. So I think for a second here, let's mention the cards that are considerations to the deck that you might want to run over some of these. And some options, because this is certainly not a final version. Heatwave, this is the big one. I went back and forth between Heatwave and Covenant of Steel for a while in this slot. And also Falmar, who we'll get to. But I went with the Covenant of Steel just because I didn't have that many things to resurrect off of Syndrif Right. There's Melusine. You really want to get back the Messenger of the Sea with Freya's Blessings or the Fuchsia, so that's not really one you want to get there. The right is mainly just for Melusine and Ryogan the Undying, so I threw in Covenant Steel. Covenant Steel also helps protect stuff, which is kind of valuable. I'm not sure, people tend to run really greedy decks when the expansions come out, so I'm not sure we actually need this. And maybe you want to run Heatwave to punish something instead. So Heatwave, definitely a good choice that you could include. And then we look at Skellege here. The other one that we took out that's pretty fun is Fulmar. You can put Fulmar in your Covenant of Steel slot, then drop down Directory of Vol to something else. Another 4-provision Hermit, probably. The reason we're not running Fulmar, even though he has a lot of synergy with the deck and he's really good, is when you have Fulmar in here, you have so many. Like, if you look, we have a 13, a 13, a 13, and then a 12. The deck gets extremely polarized between high and low provision cards. Either you have your really strong cards, or you're trying to win with, like, Bronze Engines. It isn't necessarily bad, and that's the whole point of Gedonith, to help you do that, win with the bronze cards. But Fulmar, I thought, might be overkill on the big cards, just because we won't have Covenant of Steel if we have Fulmar, and he's definitely a card I want to protect because his order is really valuable. And we also can't resurrect him with Fuchsia, so that was something in my mind also when we took him out. He's certainly a consideration, and I'll definitely be trying him out in the deck at some point, but for this version right now we don't have him. And the other thing to mention here is where are you? Hey, Bride of the Sea. The reason we don't have Bride of the Sea is just mainly the provisions. She is very useful. In the end, I think, so if you don't want to go for Ryogan the Undying, say Graveyard Punish is everywhere, which it probably will be, in all honesty. So we probably won't get his ability off very often. Because stuff like Nilfgaard has more Graveyard interaction now, and like Squirrel Xavier. Xavier is getting more and more popular, and I'm guessing he'll get more popular with this. So you have him here. You can swap him for Bride of the Sea fairly easily if you want to run her. And while we're right here, we also have Offering. She's best replaying right. We can also use her to replay Offering. Offering is better. I took out Offering because we're not running Dagger. Dagger, the other mention here. Used to be you could resurrect Dagger, sitting if it's right. We're just going to rely on Messenger of the Sea instead. And since we're doing that, we lose one of our huge payoffs from the Offering of the Sea. It's still a good card, but I think in our deck we don't want to run it as much though. Hey, Flamenica does heal it still, so it's still a consideration. And against decks that go really wide, it's very strong, so that's definitely an option as well. We're just going to be trying out the version without these, because they're kind of hard to fit in. I think you have to, for Offering, you have to cut like the Gregory of Vol to get some more stuff in here. And if you didn't need Gremist, you could cut Gremist for Peller. Peller is now one of the best Purify cards in the game. It's kind of funny, but you could definitely run Peller instead of Gremist here. So quick flash to Peller. He went from a 4 for 5 to a 4 for 4. And unlike the other Purify cards, like the Nagelpar's Taskmaster and the Vriad Sappers, I think they are, he doesn't require anything to purify. Those are like, one purifies an enemy, dominance, purify any. The other one's like purify an ally, if you have an elf, purify any. Pellers just purify anything, and they're the same power and provisions, so he's just better unless you need devotion or you get some kind of synergy. So obviously the White Frost leader ability boosts the Wild Hunt unit, so Peller you could swap out for Gremist here to gain 2 provisions and add something in. That's certainly something to consider. You can swap Gremist for Peller, and then swap Gregory of Vol for your Bride of the Sea if you wanted, or Offering, something like that. The reason I'm running Gremist is just I want the Purify, and I want it to have an option to do it more than once, because I want to be able to purify off my Doomed from something like Fuchsia or Cinegraph is right, and I also want to be able to purify the enemy. And last thing is, it's a Druid, so we get that extra synergy from it when we do get it yet. But those 2 cards are certainly, those 3 I guess we talked about, Bride, Offering, and Peller, definitely options that you can run if you want to. Ermia's not a bad choice either, just to get you your Alchemy cards, but we aren't running that many, and with Odomancy and Maxi, we should be pretty set. I believe the math is about a little under 80% to get any specific card you want, or Odomancy in your opening hand. So Ermia's more to get us our other cards then, and we should be fine. The other thing is you don't need Cinegraph is right round 1, and that's the key one you're looking for. If you're running Offering, maybe you do run this to find that more consistently, but right now we're not. Should be pretty fine without it. I think that's all the main mentions. Oh, other than this one. Restore is something I considered, and They're really for little Halfru and Melusine, but it's not quite enough points. The thing is heal. I want to include some heals to help out our Halfru Singer, get more engine value. That's why I kept Hermit in the end. And there's one more card to mention here that I did try out previously. That's Hame Herbalist. The reason Hame Herbalist is a consideration, it's a druid. Nice, it plays for 7 for 4 if you heal. The issue is usually setting up that heal. So the only thing you really have that damages itself normally in here is something like Hermit. You could also play something like Hame Spear Maiden. I've done that before. But then you only heal 2. And Hame Herbalist, though, is really nice if you have little Halfru, because it damages itself by 4, you get the full value on it. So that's certainly a consideration that I thought about, but I went with keeping the Hermit for now. It's certainly a card you could throw in if you want to. The bronzes are pretty interchangeable, and like I said, I think Melusine Cultist might not cut it, but we're going to be running it for now to see how it does. With all that, let's actually get into some games and see what happens. Shout out to the option to not have to save changes if you don't want to. And here we go. This will be our first game of the expansion. Hopefully it goes pretty well. I'm guessing we'll have a bunch of bugs or issues or something, and we probably get a draws in a couple games. That's what always happens when we make these quick videos. But I figured it'd be worth it anyway to show the deck and try and play it. Because you guys can see what the deck looks like earlier. And it does take an hour or 2 after recording these for them to go live. Just because of how long it takes YouTube to upload and process stuff. So we don't record them in these first hours. When the expansion comes out, it'll be a little while till you see them. Look at our hand here. We have Gedniath, really nice. We have Fuchsia. Pincer Maneuver. I'm guessing something's going to be going on here. Probably some kind of Resilience Mages. With the new Mage cards. I'm guessing what this is going to be. Probably wants to find the chapter thing. So I definitely value having this Gutting Slash and Gregory of Vol here. These are nice. I want the Gedniath. We only have the 2 Druid. We have 3 Druids, so without self-damage, Singer's not the best. So I think I'll put her back here. And then we'll keep this Decoction for removal. We got this. I think we keep this hand here. So we open up, I think we just open Melusine Cultist. We are playing Crystal Skull, mostly protect Cultist, and also you can open with a Messenger if you want to, but that's not ideal. But really it's here to help Melusine Cultist. If you're not running Melusine Cultist, I would probably put Magic Lamp in. There's John. And this looks pretty standard. Guessing it's going to be a mage of some kind. One of those students. Nope, we're going here. The question here is, do we Gremist? And then count on not running our Gedniath this turn? Or this round, because we only have the 2 Druids. I think we do. I think we throw down our Gremist here. Purify that off. See what he's hiding. I want to use my Cultist order. I want to get the full value from it, hitting 2 units. Edarin. Well, he's going to Giga Scorpion Decoction. And let's see what else this guy's got for us. Like I said in the deck profile, greedy decks are all over in the first beginning of the expansion. People try to use new stuff. I'm guessing this is going to be like Swarm the Resilience guy.
Which even the sages have not dreamt.
Yeah, that's what it is. We can lock him and then kill the other one, although he's not going to get bonded. I think we're going to go for our Cultist now. He's not going to do too great here just because of the armor and stuff. But we'll throw him down, and then Messenger will probably die because she's not going to go to 6. We can Purify with our Gremist off the shield though. That gives us more chance to kill, and with that Purify, next turn we could kill this if we really wanted to, but we can't this turn. I mean, we can this turn. Kill this is what I was getting at. We can now kill this and deny him the bonded setup. That's what we're going to do. So he still has 1 in his hand. He still has a Mage Chapter card. He wants to draw it. So there's no way you can deny all of these. It's a Meditating Mage. We're going to go for our Melusine setup here. He's going to get at least 1 bonded off. But that also means I want to set up my Melusine. We can get her order going and play a messenger. We've actually been really slow on these messengers, but the reason for that is just because of we want to stop these resiliences. This is going to make one... This spawns, doesn't play, so he's not going to get the bonded. He's going to try and get bonded. So this is the one from his hand. We killed the one from Adalia. We stopped at Darin. Interesting. We're going to go with one of our messengers here. So we'll go damage this row with these rains. There's rain opposite him now, so we boost both the adjacent units. So we'll put our messenger here. We lose a carryover point on Melusine this way. Actually, we'll play here. I want the carryover points on Melusine, because he's getting carryover from bonded probably. It does put us in range of him killing us with boiling oil, but he's playing such engine overload heavy stuff that there's no way he's actually going to be having those removal cards. And the other thing is here, we can't get too much Grimace Purify here. We don't have any more alchemies. But he knows we have Grimace, so he's probably going to avoid the resiliences now, because we can just purify them off. So here we have Melusine again for more damage. We could go for both of our messengers, or we go for a lock and lock the Sinterin Spellweaver. We will go Melusine. And then the question is, do we go for this or this? I think we go for Messenger. We'll put it here so our Melusine cultist starts getting boosts. We're just gonna try and outvalue his engine value. I don't think he's gonna compete with this, even with all that. He might go for this setup on some resiliences still. Yeah, he's gonna have to kill Grimace in case we have more alchemies, because we'll just remove all of his resiliences. Got two Spellweavers. We've got Casting Contest and Rude Word. It's potentially dangerous stuff. Just want to draw into one of those, or draw into one of his big cards. We did go first, so he's going to push us here. If he plays any more, I think we have one lock. That one's going to have Resilience. So here's the thing. If we pass, he loses 2. And we gain several points. I think we let him take the round here. He's going to have some resilience, but we got carryover from Melusine. Still have our Gedanyith. We could go for a Melusine. Each of Melusine's orders is worth a lot, though. These all have the Vitality order, so he triggers them and gets 3. And he's got 4, 5 here. And then 6, 7. He gets it 7. We, on the other hand, if we keep going, gets 2. I think we will go. We'll play this, and we'll throw Directory of Wool out and lock one of the Spellweavers, the one that has it charged still. Next turn we pass. This should be enough to make sure that we get... Well, he can't do this in one card, I don't think. Now, he does have the ability to just click all of these to get resilience on them. But we were damaging them, which is nice. Since the resilience thing is not a deploy, it's a order, he can give these resilience. He's gonna have another one. We're gonna pass. He's gonna get a ton of carryover here. But if he does, it might be... He's down a whole bunch of points. I don't know if he can actually win the round efficiently here. So we will pass. Let's see what he does here, because we're gonna have a lot more points to him. Yep. He's gonna do this. They're each gonna be 4 carryover, because the Vitality is gonna heal them back up, which is nice for the card, but he needs 20-something points. I don't know if that actually does anything for him.
A band of traitors who
I think he overcommitted here. He can click the orders again, but the Vitality's not gonna stack that much. So he needs time for that to pay off. This is why we passed. I didn't think he had enough points here. Spores on us. Yeah, I feel like... Okay, so he's going to go for a draw with his resilience carriers, but we're up 2 cards and 2 leader charges over him. So that's pretty good. I would like 2 druids, though. The thing is about this carryover is that he still can trigger them for engine value on the resiliences. I definitely want this to replay one of my guys. One of the beast ones. We want these two to replay our Messengers of the Sea, but we also have Melusine we want to replay, and Ryogan the Undying. That's what we want Fuchsia for. Then we need 2 druids for Gedanyith. So we have options of, I guess Ryogan the Undying is not a one. We kind of have to keep these singers so we can trigger our Gedanyith. But our last plays will not be interactable by him. Okay, he's going to block a lot of rain damage like this, which is very annoying for us. So I think we want to go for our Melusine and then Fuchsia last. Question is, do we go Melusine or we go Ryogan the Undying? I think we go Melusine because she's an 18. Do we think he has Graveyard Interaction? No, we don't. So we have Gedanyith as a possibility. We can bring back with Blessing. We've got Ryogan the Undying. We want to make sure we get the rain going. So we'll go Gedanyith here. And then I want to get some rain started because it's not going to be that many turns. We could activate it with Ryogan the Undying. There's no benefit to holding off on this, in case we choose something other than him. He's going to kill that off, that's fine. We don't have too much for Half-Brew Singer to heal until we play Melusine. So here we'll go for a Blessing. Now we could go for Messenger, and I think we will go for Messenger. There's a chance it dies here. Scytheman, okay. Alright, so we can go for Melusine and then go Half-Brew Singers and get their values and see how that goes. That's probably the best play. Because we can't actually do Ryogan the Undying and our Melusine. But I think Melusine's better. So we'll play our this. Bring back Melusine.
Sacrifices for Melusine, one and all.
We should have no problems here. Melusine's Order. Let's put it in this row. Half-Brew Singer for the heal.
What is your wish? What do you desire, my lady of the
Summon
sea?
some crows. Yeah, this shouldn't be a problem. And we just pass, because that's enough points to get us the game. This is certainly dangerous, by the way, this overload on the mage cards. Looks pretty good. We might actually have to include more removal if that gets popular, because it's one of those things, if you don't have removal, it's going to be so strong. Let's find a second game here. The last one was interesting. I think he certainly had a chance, but I think it was our right call round 1 to count on boosting Melusine. And we could have obviously played our Half-Brew Singers to heal the crows and done a little bit more at the end, but it wasn't going to matter just because we were already up at that point. Okay, so here we go against Nature's Gift. I can't wait to try out Hand Buff Harmony, by the way. That's going to be the next deck we play. But right now, we're going to be playing some Rain. Again, it's a nice card to see. Freya's Blessing. We have Hermit. We actually have several Druids here. I want Little Half-Brew here, and I think Freya's Blessing used to be a card in these decks I'd immediately mulligan. But now with access to Messenger, that's not going to be the case. We're actually going to keep it here. 2 Half-Brew Singers is really strong, by the way. And then we got Hermit. Let's put Hermit back. Okay, I'm not putting these back. This is a really good hand. And we're going second. So depending on how fast he plays here, and what he plays, I'm certainly considering using Gedenieth to push for it when on even. Especially because it also lets us set up Melusine. I think that's going to be our play this round. Unless he's probably going to go Dunka Tactical Advantage. We'll see. We have our Maxi too. Alright, what's he going to go? Hamadryad?
Though trees live longer than humans, they
Now,
need
we could just go Giga Scorpion Decoction and remove this. But there's other things I'm going to want to remove. Is Hamadryad more dangerous than an Elven Seer? That's like one of the questions. I think we let him have Hamadryad. We could open Maxi if we wanted to look through our deck and set stuff up. But like I said, I think I want to push here with Gedenieth. We have Gedenieth, and then what do we play next? We get out the Crow Clan Preacher, and we play out Half-Roof Singer. It won't have a heal target. So that's annoying. We can go Gremist instead, though, and start purifying off his stuff. That's not bad. Let's play Gedenieth. We'll push with this. I'm guessing he'll remove this Crow Clan Preacher anyway. Yeah, there's the making a bomb. So it's not the Madoc version, probably. Well, probably not the Madoc version. Interesting. Now, we still have our Gedenieth out, so it represents quite a bit. I want to play Maxi. Because she can eat some damage, and then we could play Melusine next to her, and also lets us look through our deck. Okay, that's the deck order I'm not changing. Definitely not. No complaints there. Once he plays a second unit here, we'll go Leader Charge and Messenger of the Sea. He'll be out of a range of 6 damage removals. Interesting. Very interesting. So he's trying to set something up here. Like I said, stuff's going to be greedy these first few days. But we have Gremist here to purify off the Defender. So, not really concerned here. We'll just remove him. Play a couple of Crows, so we can put Melusine between, start boosting her, remove this Defender. Then we can remove a couple more Dooms with, or a couple more statuses with our Gremist. At the very least, if he tries boosting his Hamadryad again, we can deny him 2 points by removing a turn of the Vitality. That's not bad. Yeah, like I said, there's Elven Seer. He's going to boost it up so we can't kill it. But we're going to push here with this. We could purify that off. So he gets 2 more. He goes to 28. We need 10. Now, Melusine's not actually going to be enough here. But what it will do is get us set up for our Singer next play. And he's not going to pass with this Elven Seer out. So we'll go for our Melusine here. It's a draw if he passes here. Well, not a draw because he's 2 points. It would be a draw if he didn't have this. But Gremist doesn't have another charge ready. Simloss is going to be coming out here, I'm almost certain. The question is, can we push through a Simloss with Melusine and Gedenieth? Melusine's a setup card, though. I want her to get pretty big. So we have carryover options. So we get, what is it? 8 points on deploy from our Singer, plus 6 from the Marindrome, and we'll protect the Singer with that. That's 14, then we have Melusine Order. It's pretty good. We have Messenger, is not going to getting us a lot of value here. We didn't play her early because of the armor, and then he had just the 1 unit. No sim loss. Oh, okay. Let's go for the greedy double sim loss. So Orb this and this. Interesting. We don't have to play Singer yet, though. Singer is like a tempo play we can go for, usually. He's going to boost her, so there's not really a point in damaging her unless I'm going to kill her. Which I'm not going to. I want to get Messenger ticking at least a little bit, though. But we need to reset on Melusine, so Singer's going to be the play here. We'll put this out. We'll take our Singer. It's not going to get too much value, just from the fact that there's not much room in this row to spawn stuff. We have a Purify here now, in case we need it for something later on. Probably remove a Vitality tick. Our next singer also will play for 10 because we have the one out already. But next we're going to go for our messenger, unless he does something crazy like play Simloss. I mean, that's not crazy, but I expect him to do so. We're just trying to get Melusine big in the meantime. Tempering. Alright, see if he gets the orb. It's a pretty small chance you get orb. Like, it's a reasonable chance, but it's not very high. You shouldn't expect it. He might not even get a... What is there? There's like 3 boost cards. Orb, Tempering, and Caress that you'd put on your Elven Seer. He doesn't have Simloss. That means he's actually pretty vulnerable to a push. Please damage something. Yeah, damage something in that row so I can spawn more guys, please. Nice. Let's have Rootsinger make some more cards, probably. So, we're going to go for our Melusine here. Use the order. And then we've got our lovely card here. Our Messenger of the Sea. Let's bring him a message of rain. That's my message. It's raining. It's raining in real life where I am too, but, you know. We'll give him the in-game rain. At 8, Messenger is really strong. Can't even lock her because we have the Grimace set up. And then we can either next round go for a powerful Fuchsia. Oh, he did have Simloss the whole time. What a greedy boy.
Why should I, an elf, a sage, converse with an ape?
Here's the thing then. Is Simloss really enough to stop me from wanting to play? I can at least go for Singer, I think. We'll see just how many points this is, because it is a lot. Okay, Grimace purifies off those vitalities. Oh, we have plenty of options here. I want him to replay the orbs, by the way. I want him to replay them this round. If they're not available next round, like if these are all gone for next round, I don't really care. So that's really what I want. So we'll purify these off. Deny some 6 points. Throw this out. Get another half Rootsinger going. Get a heal. Leave Melusine pretty small in case he removes her. It's a smaller play. Get the half Rootsinger just going along. As far as our Freya's Blessing, we don't actually have anything other than Crow Clan Preacher, which isn't bad. And we always have the Ryogun Undying. But I think we want to combo him with the leader charges. Now he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Nature's Rebuke. Okay, we have Freya's Blessing for that. And these are all... Okay, I wanted these orbs gone, which is what I normally, the last turn, considered as my goal. But if he's not getting that many points, we can keep going, actually, and try and push for the even, like our original plan was. Okay, we Grimace Purify off the one. He's going to be up 10 over us. That's not enough. We can get him. So we'll go for the... Let's just click this first. Rain. Blessing. After Singer. Heal you again. Get some more guys. Purify this off, save 2 points. Alright. If he has tall removal, he'll probably win the round, but if not, our Messenger of the Sea and Melusine are going to carry us here. Council.
The only good human is
That looks like a Giga Scorpion decoction target, for sure.
Spit it out already.
We can purify that with Grimace again. Grimace here getting a lot of value. So Melusine will click this row. Remove this. Grimace purifies here. Alright, what do you got for me? This has to be a tall removal or I'm going to win this round. It's Herald Gord. Let's think about this. Obviously, I could win on even very easily. The question is, do I want to? He has no orbs left, no Simloss. No gourd. Is winning on even worth giving up my fuchsia? That's the question. The thing is, I have a 19 Melusine, and we have to draw into our Syngrif's Right otherwise to play her. But we played Maxi, and I know Syngrif's Right's actually pretty close to the bottom of my deck. We are going to draw into Onermancy and Covenant of Steel, though. So we can actually replay our Melusine that way. And I think we'll go for the Fuchsia here. Just go for Ryogan, just because we're not going to use him later. We obviously wasted a lot of provisions there. We could have kept those and kept an advantage, which is certainly a viable approach as well. But I know I'm getting Melusine. Or I'm getting Onermancy right there with Defender. So we can put Melusine behind it. And he should be in a lot of trouble. He's used most of his good stuff up. He doesn't have setup for Elzer if he's running it. Cultist isn't bad either, actually. This is what I want, though. I want an option to kill or remove one of his threats, play Defender, and go Melusine. Defender, then we have Melusine from this into the Syngrif's Right. And we have this to kill off a Elven Seer, a Double Final Sorceress, or Whisper if he has one. Or Hamadryad, so that's what Gutting Slash is for, something like this. We're going to lose out on a lot of our leader abilities. It's probably going to spawn us 4 points, but that's okay. So Melusine's a 19, it gets boosted by 2 since we have armor. That's a 21, it gets boosted by 2. So 23. There's no way he has anything to answer that. His graveyard, he could graveyard punish us, is the thing that would be best for him. His best place is to remove our Melusine from our graveyard, and then we'd be forced to go into something suboptimal. He's not going to be able to do that, though. I don't think he's going to have an option for that. He might be running the Devotion version with the evolving card, Ethne. It's going to be Forest Protector. Yeah, he doesn't have what it takes to beat our Melusine here. We're going to go for both range, just get an extra couple points. There's no he's running like a Scorch or something like that, or Curse of Corruption, because he's going to have his Hamadryads and Gourds are really tall, and he's going to boost with the other cards. So if he has any tall removal, it's going to be targeted. He should have put these on different rows, by the way. This Forest Protector should have been here, because there's a chance then that I can't rain it. Obviously these could spawn on either row, but he should have put this on the range row to have that chance for that to not happen. We're going to go for Onermancy, like I said, to our right. And we'll check here what happens with Melusine. Okay, she is Veil, so she does not get doomed. I'll put that in the comments of the other video. You're correct. It's different because she's summoned rather than played. And I don't think he can do anything about this. There's the Shaping Nature. That was actually a pretty easy game. Messenger of the Sea, just think about it as Dagger. It's without offering, it's essentially Dagger for our deck. 81 points round 1, by the way. It's not a small amount. GG. Alright, let's do one last game. We'll go for 3. These have been pretty interesting so far. Deck seems strong. Not sure about Melusine Cultist. It's going to take like 20 or 30 games to figure out if he's worth it. And we haven't really played him. Along with, we haven't seen Little Half Fruit either. I'd like to draw her. But the Messenger of the Sea is so powerful for this deck. It's such a big deal because we already ran Freya's Blessing and it replays it. And it's such a big help. If you've seen any of the highlight videos, Dagger is crazy with the deck, and it's basically Dagger other than offering. Alright, Force of Nature. I'm guessing we're getting some kind of graveyard interaction here. I want removal in case he's playing the Yaga deck. I really have no idea what anyone's going to be playing, so I want 2 of these, though. Probably not. If he has engines, that might be tall. A blessing here. We don't have anything I want to revive, so put that back. I'm getting it's good draw. Okay, now we have to ask yourself a question. Can we outvalue his engines this round by pushing for even with Gedenieth Melusine? Our hand's, by the way, fantastic for this, right? We have Little Half-Brew to set up healing on the Singers. We have Ordermaster to get whatever we want. We are actually holding our Fuchsia and Gedenieth. Our deck's going to be pretty bad for the rest of the game compared to this, right? Our best thing to Ordermancy is like Covenant of Steel. Actually, it's probably going to be a Messenger of the Sea we'll go for. If we don't go for this push, we play like Half-Brew, Maxi, Singer. If we open with the Gedenieth, we play first. I think we open with the Little Half-Brew. The next turn we decide if we want Gedenieth or not. Depends what he does. If he has like 2 more engines, like a second set of Andraga Larvas, I think we don't go for it. Bishop Apprentice.
When pigs fly, eh?
It's at 15. It's not going yet, though. We could kill off one of his larvas this turn with Gutting Slash. It slows down the Sabbath, removes an engine. We don't click our order yet. I like that choice. Let's do that. We'll click this and remove this. It does slow down our development of our Melusine and our Gedenieth, though. That's why you gotta consider that payout, that downside. Alright, second Witch Apprentice now.
A witch's best friend is a pig.
This is a lot of engines that I don't really want to deal with. I could kill one. We do have Giga Scorpion Decoction. So we either kill one of the Witch Apprentices or Larva. Killing Larva removes armor, so we can't waste our rain damage. We can click our Little Half-Brew's ability. I think we'll remove the Larva. Obviously, it's a slower engine, but it also denies us damage on a Rage of the Sea. And these might not get set up yet.
Nothing rivals skinny unicorn. Their hair, so silky.
Now here's the question, do we still go Gedenieth? If we go Gedenieth now, next turn he'll start boosting these, so if we go Gedenieth to fully proc it, we get to play 1, 2 more cards, then pass, which means that he'll get 4 boosts on each of these, plus whatever he plays, so it'll be 28, let's say he plays a 10, that's 38. If we go Gedenieth now, we got Crowclan Preacher, this does 4 damage, potentially slowing him down, to be fair. And then we go Singer, Singer. Each Singer, one's 8, one's 10. That's 18. We get 6 off of the Marindrome. It's 24. We get 6 from the Crow. It's 30. It's 38. That's not bad. I think we'll go for it. Once he passes. We don't want to click this until I can heal it with Half-Brew Singer, because if he kills it when it's like 4 or something, or 2, that'd be annoying. Catcherus, yeah, so his stuff's gonna go now. We kind of knew this was coming. Click this order. She Who Knows is the only problematic card here, but okay, there she is. We can go into our Onermancy for a lock if we need to. So he's up by 25. She Who Knows and Ratcatcherus are both together, though, are a lot of points. Our last, this will play for 16, 17, right? We heal 2, we get 2 Sirens. That's 6, 4, 10. We got 6 off the Marindrome, 16, and plus 1 here. So this puts us to 38, and he gets overall plus 2 from his next turn. So we go to 38, and he goes to 48.50. So this gets us to 38. Then we need a lock. I also want to lock him. Could use leader charges. We'll go for our Melusine setup, I think. This way we can click her order and then Rage of the Seas and Oneiromancy, or replay our Undying. And that should get us the round here. While also removing the She Who Knows. Well, not removing it, but removing some of its damage. So Melusine's order gives us 2, that's 6. That represents 12 damage from our Undying. And then we have our Singer here, which plays for do for. We said that's quite a bit. Let's go for the Ryoga, the Undying. Go here, here.
Folk can be just as treacherous as the sea.
This gives us more time to make our Melusine bigger too. We have Oneiromancy into the Syndergriff is right. His resilience is only 5 now. So that's pretty manageable. The king we're missing though is one of our messengers of the sea. Half-Ru is interesting. But it's not the card I want really. Alright, so we have either Right or Covenant. The question is he running a Azrael? He's running Azrael or Melusine's a liability? It's a good question, is he? The other question is, do we just go for the long round 3 down a card here? I don't think he's going to have Koshé, which is the big threat here. But he might. If we went around here, that's longer. Potentially. We're gonna have to go for a messenger. Alright, let's go for this. We'll open with one of these cultists. And I want to play Maxi this round. Maxi's really the deciding factor why we're going in this round. I don't want her round 3, and I want to make sure we have a good setup. Then I can pick what to Oneiromancy, because we'll draw into the other one. Okay, that's kind of what I expected, something like this. We have the order for the rain here, and then Maxi. I like it. So we're not getting our Covenant Steel or Grimace. It takes 4 draws to get right. Okay, I don't want these on the bottom. I want to draw into at least one of these. And I don't think we're actually going to need this Hermit, so we'll put him on the bottom. We want to make sure he doesn't get a Sabbath, though, for another Resilience. Although if this is low, it's okay. Sure, he's going to do that. We have our Rain here, then. We could go for a replay of a Bronze. We can go for our Oneiromancy. By the way, we should have put the Maxi on this side of the cultists to help out with Melusine. Small mistake. I'm concerned he has Azrael also. Let's go for our right. I am concerned about the Azrael. We can go for the Singer next to her next. Then we'll start getting heals with Flamenca. And then potentially replay another Singer. Bloody Mistress is not going to have its Sabbath yet. Okay, good. We got that out. That's actually very valuable to remove that. Well, I know we're going to be down a card. The question is, do we keep bleeding? I don't see why we wouldn't. The thing is, our short round's going to be pretty weak without messenger. We need messenger and ways to make rain for our short round. So I think we go here and try and bleed out all this good stuff. We're going to have Onomancy back. Do we want to bring back Little Half-Fruit or Singer? We're going to click this, obviously. Go for our Singer here. We're not going to fill this row up.
I bring you news from the Crushers.
Like I said, putting Maxi on the wrong side of this cultist cost us 3 points so far. Brewis, not a strong play. He's got the other crones, so if we can bleed them out, that'd be really nice. I want to put a unit here. It's going to be our other Singer, probably.
Bow before modern Freya. What is your wish? What do you desire, my lady of the sea?
This heal's not going to be fantastic. Obviously. But I just want to bleed him out all of his cards. We're just spending bronzes here. Try and make him use all his good cards up. Like, I want the other crones gone. Yeah, kill this. Let's hover this so he kills it. Gonna do boost crone. It still is Weavis. Okay, I really have absolutely no idea why I didn't boost his She Who Knows. I'm not gonna complain. Okay, so potentially we have 2 damage. We play this. It heals us 1 here. Melusine, we get 1/2 off of this. We get 2 here. Melusine's even. So we get 2 off of this guy. Then we get a heal off of this. So 3. Plus, that's 9. He has engines on his Granacora though. Just the 1. So he gets 2 points. Okay, we get 2. I think we have to pass here. I think the math doesn't work out. I think we're 1 short. Obviously, we'll check that later. So we have his 4 carryover. It's our Onomancy, a little half-brew. So what we really would like here is our other Freya's Blessing and Covenant of Steel, I think. I don't think we need this. Grimace, it's okay. Onomancy into one of those other cards. Again, we didn't draw a single messenger. Can we go for messenger here? We want this for the rains. We'll go with this, I think. Our issue here is going to be Weavis. And if he hits Azrael, because I kind of think he might. There's the Witch's Sabbath. That gives us Melusine back. That's really good. Whoa. Whoa. That changes a lot. Obviously Melusine here now for value. That's really good. We could just go for our Defender, but then we don't have engines to really pay off our rains, because we already used Ryoga on the Undying, remember. This is interesting. None of these are engine value. Messenger might be the play. I think it is. Like, we rely on a Messenger of the Sea here to carry this. Hope he doesn't have a Parasite. It's probably the best choice. It's the highest potential.
One born to hang will never drown.
Yaga. He's gonna take that. That's bad. So Yaga's gonna kind of destroy us here. Next turn he's gonna consume Maxi. We want this setup.
A beautiful pair of legs, please.
He will get to consume our Messenger of the Sea, so he's going to win. It's kind of annoying.
No, I don't nibble at them. They'd fall right out.
He's just going to win because he can consume our Messenger of the Sea.
Nature's a difficult beast.
This is going to be Maxi. It's going to give him a 10-point play. Interesting game, though. That's for sure. Yeah, we're just going to lose this one. We don't have an answer to Yaga. GG. You got too many engines round one that game with us setting up. We answered his, but then he had too many by the time we went for our get in. Yeah, that's basically what happened there. Still interesting. And Melusine versus that seems pretty decent. So what do I think? What would I change about the deck? So we've confirmed that Melusine, because of her Veil, does not get the Doomed from right. So that's nice. We're going to be playing Bride of the Sea then, for sure. To play her again still. As we mentioned in the deck profile. Wasn't sure how that was going to work out. So we're going to be playing her. So we can replay Melusine again. It only probably applies on the... This only applies to Cinegraph right. If you replay Melusine with Fuchsia, she will get the Doom though, because it plays it. When it summons with right, it plays the it summons the unit out, and then it applies the status effect to it. So Melusine ignores it because of her Veil. If you play her with Fuchsia, play gives you the unit to like put down on the field, and it gives it Doomed then, similar to Herald and Freya's Blessing. So then it will get the Doomed when you put it out, but you can purify with Grimace. So I think we want to run Bride. We don't even really need these Rage of the Sea orders for that. As the rest of the deck, I'm not impressed with Yaga the Undying, but we only played 3 games, and that's not enough to really tell. So we'll keep him in for now. We'll take out Gregory of Vol. I think we'll make 2 provisions up there. And then Melusine Cultist wasn't too bad, but I need 2 provisions. So we need Grimace for the Purify. We need Hamelife Fomenica for the healing. Probably. So the question is, where do we cut 2 provisions? Covenant of Steel Defender might be something we could consider removing. The thing with our engines is Hamelife Fomenica is a 6, Messenger of the Sea is a 6, and it's going to play with rain, so it doesn't go to a 6. So there's actually not too much to protect with Covenant of Steel outside of Melusine. I think we cut Covenant of Steel here, get 7 provisions, and then we put in another card here. This is going to be a bigger change than most of my decks, just because this is the first games we're playing with it, and you're seeing me update these live. Usually I do this over 10 or 20 games before making a video, but I want to get this one out as quickly as possible so you guys have some fun with these cards and see my opinions on them. Should be pretty interesting. So 7s aren't great here. There's one card that we could go for. Where is it? Let's say we can cut 1 Melusine Cultist, put in a 4, and I was talking about earlier, we can go for one of these Handmade Herbalists. You could do something else instead, like a Crow Clan Preacher. It's not a bad choice either here. But I think I want to try... Oh, let's go for Hermit, I think. Let's go for Hermit. I like Hermit. And then we go for an 8. And then here, we have several options. So Ermion, one I'm thinking about for sure. The other one is I kind of want to try out the buffed Hammond. Interesting ideas here. We could also buff up both our Hermits to something else and put in a 6. I think we need removal. There's going to be so many greedy decks playing right now that I think we want removal to deal with them. Heatwave would be nice to fit, but we can't quite without 2 more. That's really pushing it. So if we just go by damage, let's go to Skellege. What do you want? I really want immediate damage to answer stuff because there's a lot of greedy decks going around. Boat, by the way, kills Yaga. You want to go for that? Stunning Blow's 5, but I had Gutting Slash. Gutting Slash is just better if you have the Bloodthirst. So what I'm thinking here is we have the 2 options. We can either go for more control to deal with their stuff or go for absolute engine overload and try and win that way. I think we'll keep Melusine Cultist for now. We have 5, 6, 4, 7. What I'm kind of thinking of is Delirium's not bad. Now that's at 5. We can use that for some more control. Put in Delirium and go to 6s. And then we can put in our Directory of Volbeck or Jenga. I like that. Let's do that with the Directory of Vol. This will be our version we're going to run here. And there's also Xavier Lemons, by the way. It's a trade-off. Do you want Xavier or do you want Directory of Vol? This is really this is for you. For me, I think I want in this deck the Directory of Vol probably. But this is a spot you can certainly play with. So here we have a few more cards. Bride's pretty good. Right, though, really is only for Melusine and Ryogon. But Bride is better now than before because Freya's Blessing on Messenger is so good. So I think this is what we're going to use. Melusine Cultist I'm iffy on. Directory of Vol you can change to. I want to try this for a little bit. Well, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this is useful. And obviously this deck's still in progress. It's more of a early version of it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.